In Race to Witch Mountain, Dwayne Johnson confronts a couple of teenagers who insist they're from outer space. Just like the Vegas cab driver he plays, Dwayne got a new perspective on aliens at a UFO convention.
Andy Fickman, the director, wanted to make it as authentic as possible, so he filled that place with people who attend UFO conventions and who are typically part of UFO conventions, who have their table set up and things like that. So it was a pretty eye-opening experience to be exposed to that culture. I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer, and I was a big believer before the movie.
As Dwayne tries to help the extraterrestrials save our world, he wants you to know he was in the middle of the action.
I've never driven a cab, but you know, the action sequences in the movie, happy to tell you, like that was me behind the wheel. So we were getting airborne, and you know, I gotta say, it's a cool part about making movies that I was able to do that.
Okay, Dwayne did look cool behind the wheel, but taking a ride in a real race car was a little different.
I was out on the track out here in Las Vegas with Stanton Barrett, who was on the circuit, the NASCAR circuit, and I got to tell you that, you know, they had strapped me in, and we get out on the track, and he went from about 0 to 150 in about 8 seconds, and I swear to you, by about the 12-second mark, I was talking to Jesus directly, saying, "I think I'm coming to meet you," as soon as we come around this bend. And I was blown away. I was at just the power of those cars, and between that and the fuel and all that, I was telling Stanton, I was like, "You got to pull over. We're done." I'm impressed. Now I know.
If you're wondering whether Johnson misses wrestling, he reveals he's hooked on family films. Next up, he's playing, I kid you not, the Tooth Fairy.
You know, anytime that I can put on a tutu and with wings and have my magic fairy dust and collect teeth and have Julie Andrews as my fairy godmother and Billy Crystal as one of my other tooth fairies, and you know, it comes down to material, you know, and you always look for good material that's going to entertain the audiences. And the thought of doing the Tooth Fairy to me was, I jumped at that because, you know, it's an opportunity to show the world for the very first time a movie about a character that's been around for centuries. And it reminds me of like Miracle on 34th Street, you know, when you introduce the world to Santa Claus, or what our vision of the world of Santa Claus is going to be. This is our version of introducing the world to the Tooth Fairy.